Welcome to English 168. This short tutorial is going to hit some of the high points on the syllabus. Of course, you will want to open the syllabus and study that on your own, but let's go over the syllabus together first. This is our course logo, information about me. These are the student learning outcomes for the semester. These are important for you to look over. This is important information. Anything like this in a box obviously is. There are some prerequisites required for this class. We'll look at those in a second. These are going to be the assignments for the class. We're going to read something wonderful together, and then there will be the 3 essays. The first is a nonfiction essay about adolescent heroes. The second is a wildcard essay where you will choose the topic that you like best of everything in the world, and it should be a fun time doing that essay. And then the final creative essay is where you demonstrate an understanding of all of the principles that we've learned in the class in a creative, wonderful way. The modules are shown here and the week's accomplishments. This is the breakdown of the grade weights. Obviously, a discussion board post wouldn't be as much of a weight as an essay. So the class assignments are 20%. The hero essay is 12%. Wildcard essay is 25%. Final exam is 20%. The quiz, there are 2 quizzes. One is an introduction to the course, and the other is the adolescent literature exam, which I think is very interesting, and I've enjoyed doing that myself. And the discussion boards and participation. So that's your breakdown of what weight certain grades are, so that when you look at your grade center and you see what your grade is, you realize, okay, well, this grade is affected by the percentage that is afforded to that particular assignment. Classroom policies covered here. Final grade points, and this is with no exceptions. Now, how did we arrive at that no exceptions place? Well, let's scroll back up and look at this box, which is important. Failure to submit any of the documents required for this course will result in a 3-point deduction of the final weighted total for the semester. You also get a negative 3 points in the gradebook for not turning it in. There's no such thing as a 0. I always say anything is better than a 0, because a 0 turns into -3. -3 turns into -3 off of your weighted grade. However, if you turned in everything, you participate in each of the assignments, each of the boards, everything, then turnabout is for fair play. You get a 3-point bonus added on to your weighted total. So if your weighted total was 68, but you made an effort to turn in every single assignment, your new weighted total with that bonus would be 72, a C. Right? All right. This is important information about plagiarism. I have not had to turn in a student for plagiarism in many years because most students go in and study this and understand. Let me give you the basics of plagiarism real quickly in this fast tutorial. I don't know anything. I did not come into this world knowing what percentage of students in the United States compared to the percentage of students in the Republic of China. I don't know that information. That information had to come from somewhere. And when I write an essay, I need to make sure that I document where that information came from. If I'm stating a theory, and it's a theory that was postulated by a theologian, I need to make sure that I give credit to that person for the ideas that I'm expressing in my essay. If I don't, then that's plagiarism. So that's an important thing to remember. You want to look smart in an essay. You want to make claims in an essay and then find researched evidence to support your claim. That's how essay writing works. So, on the other hand, there is such a thing as common knowledge. A person can write in an essay, "People need air to breathe." That is common knowledge. We don't need a citation for that that says, "I know that we need air to breathe because I found that in this scientific." So no, we'll give you that. People know to breathe. Whenever we go outside of common knowledge, that's when a citation is needed. There's another warning in here about using essays that have already been written or purchasing essays, which you wouldn't want to do. Why take the class if you're going to purchase an essay? I can't understand that one. But it is in the syllabus that is also considered plagiarism. So write your own work. You're going to love the topics. You're going to enjoy what you're doing. So I think that you should take ownership of that and not worry about this. So make sure that you know that. Saying "I didn't know it was plagiarism" is not going to work. So make sure you clearly understand. Always ask me if you're not sure. Ask people in your cyber cafe if you're not sure. Me, I cite everything. You'll see in some of the work that I show you in the class, I always include a citation. So I end up with pages and pages of works cited, but at least I'm covered. So this section covers discussion boards and cyber cafe and what is and isn't appropriate. I believe you all know that. I've never had to turn in a student for inappropriate content on a discussion board, and I've graded hundreds of them. There's a disability statement for you to look over at your leisure. Financial aid. The communication is important to go over very quickly in the syllabus, and that is that do not ever send an attachment of any kind to me in the email. I say that every semester, and still students will send me an attachment. I can't open them. I'm sure you understand that in today's world of email and transfer and downloads that I cannot open anything. Everything must be submitted through the classroom. So just keep that in mind before you knee-jerk and send me something that you need for me to open. I make sure that you are just emailing me through the classroom, and then you know it's going to go to the right place and I can get back to you very quickly. These are the prerequisite skills that I mentioned before. It's not a long prerequisite list, but each of the items is important. So be sure you open the PDF and take a glance at these prerequisites so that you know what's expected. If anything's a little fuzzy, simply go to the Writing Center and get some help with it. Participation policy. This is the indication of how much time is expected to be spent studying this course in and out of the classroom. This is the format for all submissions, and you can see in the format that a word count must be included on every document. You want that word count because at the end of the day, we have to come up with 8,000 words that you've written. And if you will give yourself credit for every word that you write, I promise you will come up with that total. I have it planned so that you will. I also included this. I reserve the right to refuse the submission of any document other than discussion board posts that does not contain name, course information, date, assignment, and word count in the upper left-hand corner. And you can imagine that the reason I had to put this disclaimer in there is because we've had problems with that in the past. So just make sure that you turn in your word count on everything. You'll get used to it. For everything that you submit that's a PDF for submission, there'll be a title, there'll be a 1-inch margin, double-spaced. You don't need any of these penalty points. It just breaks my heart to give penalty points for that. And always submit a PDF. Everything in the classroom is set up to accept only a PDF. So, except for discussion board posts or things that are posted in the classroom. But anything that you upload to submit to the class must be in a PDF. Please remember this is a flexible syllabus and subject to change. The due dates will never be stated for before the due date that's shown. Right? All right. That concludes this tutorial of the syllabus.